Hello students, now that you are done with your PT1 exam, we teachers are back again with videos. And the very first video will be the analysis of question paper. Those came in the PT1 exams. This is the analysis video of English. The question paper that came in your English exams, the MCQ questions basically. So, we'll start with the first section, that is comprehension. And here is an extract given for you and the questions are related to the extract. You'll have to read the extract and answer the questions. So basically this extract is about body language, verbal and non-verbal skills. Okay, so the questions will be related to that. So I'll instruct you to read the passage carefully before answering the questions. Since I've already read the passage, we'll start doing the question answers. We'll start choosing the correct options of the questions given below so that you know which all answers are correct and what is the reason behind it. The very first question is, verbal communication includes. So what all includes verbal communication? So the answer is all the above. Posture, facial expressions, words, all are part of verbal communication. Next question. Whales and dolphins communicate by using. So, whales and dolphins communicate by using high-pitched sounds. This is general knowledge, kids. This is one of the purpose why we give these kind of extracts. It is for you to understand your general knowledge questions too. That is why the extracts are sometimes from social studies, sometimes from science, and you get confused that it is not the question paper of English, but it is definitely English question paper. The extracts are given from other subjects. Basically, at times there are stories too. Next question is, what kind of communication is body language? Body language is both verbal and non-verbal communication. Next question. Good actors are masters at. Obviously, good actors are masters at both verbal communication and non-verbal communication. Next question. An example of an automatic body response is, the correct option is being startled by a loud noise. Next question. Successful people are. So there are four options: aware of their body language, aware of the effect of their body language, both 1 and 2, and none of the above. So the correct option is both 1 and 2. They are aware of the body language and they are aware of the effect of their body language. And that is how they become successful, Now the next question. Dash learn to control their body language. So you must have thought that humans will be the correct option, but no. Successful people only learn to control their body language and hence they become successful. Not all humans know how to control their body language, and that is why at times problems happen in their lives. Next question. Poker players are expert at controlling. Poker is a game of cards. So if you have got a good card, you show happiness, and if you have got a bad card and you show remorse, then the opponent sitting in front of you gets the idea that what kind of card you have, and then that person can work accordingly. So expert poker players are always good at controlling expressions. So expressions is the correct answer. Next, now all the questions are to check your vocabulary. Okay, so you have to give the correct synonym for cues. The correct synonym for cues is signal. Signal is a synonym for cues. For rage, what is the correct synonym for rage? The correct synonym for rage is anger. Now, what is the correct synonym for subtle? The correct synonym for subtle is sophisticated. Correct synonym of bluffing is pretending. Behaving something, it's kind of fake behavior, being someone you are not. So that's bluffing, that's pretending. We are done with section A. Now we'll get on to section B, that is the grammar part. So the very first question, is about question tag. So students, keep this in mind. Whenever we solve question tag questions, we should focus on the helping or the modal verbs in it, and then whether it is positive or negative. Once you get the idea about both these things, you will always give the correct question tag. So I hope you know that. And let's just see what is the correct question tag for this question, for the sentence. They will not wash the car. Now I told you helping verb or modal verb. So will not is the helping verb, and so we know that. Then again, the second thing, positive or negative, it's negative. So search for positive. The only positive question tag is will they, and that is the correct question tag. Will they. One more thing, kids, whenever you write a question tag, here it is MCQs, so obviously question marks are given, but in your subjective paper, or whenever everything gets back to normal and you are giving a very normal examination with a pen and a paper, you should know that the question tag is incorrect without a question mark. A question tag should always have a question mark. Okay, and the helping verb should be kept in mind, and whether it's positive or negative. Next question. I am right. So I am right is a very positive sentence. So the question tag will be aren't I. Next question. Everyone can hear me at the back of the room. It is also positive. Can is the word over here which we have to focus. And then let's get on to the negative, that is can't. So we'll find can't. So there are two options related to can't you and can't they. Since it is talking about everyone, so they will be the correct option. So can't they is the correct option. Next is you wouldn't like to invite my dad. Now wouldn't is negative, so we'll have to search for positive. So what will be the positive of wouldn't? Obviously would, and you is the subject, so would you and the question mark. So would you is the correct question tag over here. Now let's get on to the next question. It is basically about the definitions and aspects of sentences. So first is the function of a declarative sentence is to, obviously it cannot be asked. When you ask it can be either interrogative question or it can be imperative question too. So tell can be, because surprise is for imperative sentence. So the correct option is tell. Next is sit down and be quiet. Which type of sentence is this? This is definitely giving order to someone, and hence it's imperative sentence. Next, what is an exclamatory sentence? Which is an exclamatory sentence over here? How cute is he? How cute he is the correct exclamatory sentence over here. Next question. My neighbor knew the way to the park and he gave us directions. Now what do we spot over here? Coordinating conjunction and. Part of fanboys, for and nor, but, or, yet, so and is over here, coordinating conjunction, and then he gave us directions is definitely an independent clause, and my neighbor knew the way to the park is also an independent clause. So two independent clauses and a coordinating conjunction, so it is a compound sentence. Now the next question. We are coming to literature part. So this is reference to the context. Students, keep it in mind. In the reference to the context, all the answers should be in reference to the context. It should be related to whatever stanza is given over there. So this is definitely a poem, a stanza from the poem A Squirrel. The Squirrel actually. So what is the first question? What does he stand for here? Obviously he stands for the squirrel. Because the poem is about the squirrel, he wore a question mark on tail, so that the option is squirrel. What does he like most? The squirrel likes most to play with human beings. That is why he comes and goes back again and again and plays hide and seek. So the best thing that the thing that the squirrel likes the most is to play with human beings. What does the word tease mean in the above stanza? The word tease means play. Now most of you must have written irritate and you might have thought that okay, tease doesn't mean play, but then again I want to remind you it is in reference to the context, and metaphorically in this stanza tease means play. So that is the correct option. Next, give synonym of like in context with the poem. Like, in synonym of like will be relish. In context with the poem, okay? So that we should keep in mind. Next, from which poem this extract is taken? Obviously, The Squirrel. Teasing is the poet's way of, as I said, teasing means playing over here. So playing is the correct option. Next, reference to the context. Who is the poet of this poem? The poet of this poem is Mildred Bowers Armstrong. So the correct option is M.B. Armstrong. The next question. Bore is the past participle of. So we'll have to choose a word and that will be wear. The past of wear is wore. Next, choose the correct synonym of straight. The correct synonym of straight is erect. Twisted and curved is not the synonym of straight. Now the questions are from literature's prose. The very first question is, why did the king want to know the answer to the 3 questions? The correct option is, he wanted to know the answers for his own safety, success and good governance. So this question is taken from the chapter 3 questions. Next question, complete the sentence. Many wise men answered the king's question, but it's not a complete sentence, so it will be, but their answers were so varied that the king was not satisfied. Next question, why was the king advised to go to magicians? So the king was advised to go to the magician because they alone could look into the future and decide the right time and place and person. So apparently they thought that magicians could look into the future and that is why they advised the king to go over there. Next question. Why did the bearded man ask for the king's forgiveness? The bearded man asked for the king's forgiveness because he had come with the intention of killing the king, but the king showed mercy on the bearded man. Next question. What is the meaning of wounded? Wounded means severely injured. And the bearded man was severely injured. So this is also taken from the chapter, the 3 questions. Now next question is from the gift of chappals. A sharp V-shaped line had formed between her eyebrows. What does it suggest to you about Rukumani's mood? What does it suggest? It suggests that she was suspicious of the kids having done something with the master's chappal. Next question. Complete the following sentence. Ravi compares Lalli's playing the violin to. We have got this in the text. Derailing off train, going completely off track. Next is again from A Gift of Chappals. What makes Mridu conclude that the beggar has no money to buy chappals? Obviously, they saw that the feet of the beggar was blistered. The feet were blistered. So, the correct option is because his feet were blistered. If he had money, he would have bought a chappal and his feet wouldn't have been blistered. So, that is how they got to know. Now, the next question is from the Tiny Teacher chapter, which is related to ants. So an ant is the smallest, the commonest, but the wisest insect. If you would have read the chapter well, you would know that really an ant is the wisest insect. Next, why do the worker ants carry the grubs about? So the correct answer is the workers ant carry the grubs about daily for airing, exercise and sunshine. Now, the next question, which is the last question, what jobs are new ants trained for? So the new ants are trained for jobs to be accomplished as workers, soldiers, builders and cleaners, etc. So basically everything. So that is the correct answer. Now I have solved the MCQs. I have explained why the correct answer is the correct answer. So I believe all your doubts are now clear. We'll have another video for section B, the subjective question. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.